Alright, welcome to another episode of Browns Lab here with the star of the show here, Peanut, the Browns fan Labrador. We have a special guest with us here, Asher, my son, who's so excited he's eating my cards here. He's excited about his first Browns win, you know, and he's all decked out in his cool gear here. You want to show him your cool gear there, Asher? Alright, so just want to say hi real quick to and cheer for the Browns next week. Yay! All right, Mom here. So all right, we got a victory, our first Browns win of the season. Super excited. I mean, that's what it's all about. Them actually winning games, right, Peanut? So it's pretty cool. A couple keys to the victory, I think, from going over the game and everything. One, running the ball. Peyton Hillis did fantastic. Just hitting the holes real hard. The offensive line did a pretty good job of opening up holes for Peyton Hillis and everything. But you know, he did a good job rumbling forward like he always does. Another thing that they did a really good job is they pressured their quarterback. They got a lot of pressure on. Kerry Collins filling in for Peyton Manning, which was just amazing to actually play the Colts without Peyton Manning, which is just huge. Another thing they did is in pressuring the quarterback. Jabal Sheard had a sack fumble, sack. He stripped the ball, recovered it, and that was pretty incredible. Toby Rubin had another sack. It was awesome. He's just playing so great. Phil Taylor was jumping up, knocking balls down. Man, it was great. They had played really good defense. The other thing they did awesome was they spread the ball around. West Coast offense is all about that. Muhammad Massaquoi, 45 yards receiving. Josh Cribbs, 41 receiving, and Greg Little had 38 yards receiving. And then of course Evan Moore had a touchdown in the end zone, which is a great catch, great throw by Colt McCoy. Did it great. And then of course Josh Cribbs, bringing him back. He was just a huge spark for the offense. I mean, the starting field position, whether it be a kickoff or a punt, I mean, he was just doing it all. And he was just doing a great job. So it was just great to get a win, the first win and everything. And it was exciting times. So, all right, we're looking ahead to the Dolphins this week. It'll be really cool to see how they do against the Dolphins. Another winnable game. The schedule's just full of games the Browns can win. It's always disappointing when you lose the winnable games. But we have a whole lot of winnable ones on our schedule. We only got maybe about 5-6 games that are really going to be kind of tough going in. Obviously, every game's tough in the NFL. Any team can beat any team any given Sunday. It's just the nature of the NFL. But it'll be cool. A couple matchups we want to look at. The Dolphins Browns. One is Joe Hayden, our number one cornerback, against Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall is one of the best receivers in the league. Probably about the 5th or 6th best receiver in the entire league. So it'll be really, really cool to see how he plays against them and how that goes. Another matchup to look at is the offensive line versus Cameron Wake. Cameron Wake, the Dolphins linebacker, the last 2 years had like double-digit sacks. I mean, he was like 10 sacks the 1 year and like 12 the next. It'd be really cool to see. It'd be exciting. It'd be a good test for the offensive line, who's still kind of going through. They played a lot better last week than they did the previous week. The first week one against the Bengals, I was really kind of worried about the offensive line. They played a lot better, even against Dwight Freeney. You know, they gave up the one sack sack fumble to Dwight Freeney. But besides that, they really did pretty well. Another thing to watch out is for Josh Cribbs. I think he's really gonna win and be able to play in the end zone. I think he'll get a touchdown and find his way there. So it'll be cool to see. Another thing that I'd like to see is Colt McCoy to take advantage of the secondary. I think that really could happen. So okay, got a couple questions. This question comes from JMG. This was emailed over to us here. Got a star here in the way again, but no, that's okay. It's his show. I mean, I'm not in the way. Sorry, Pino, I wouldn't want to say something like that. All right, question comes from JMG who sent this one online. He says, why does Josh Cribbs, why don't they use Josh Cribbs as a punter? Okay, this was an article, this is actually taken from an article in one of the newspapers, local newspapers, about Josh Cribbs, about he's actually their backup punter if something were to happen to Brad Maynard, our now punter that we have. Well, the reason why they don't use him as a punter is that because he is a backup. I mean, he would be basically a utility guy. We're still much better off having someone who actually punts as their job in the NFL than for having someone who doesn't really punt but like can kind of do it if they need to. They're just so much better off having a real punter. Punting is a very important part of the game. Kind of hurt us over in the Bengals game when our punter, who actually went out that game with a slipped disc in his back, he actually punted the entire game hurt with a pretty severe back injury, and it really kind of hurt us in the game. So the reason why, I mean, it's because we have a punter. Josh Cribbs is just incredibly talented in so many fronts, but he's not a punter, and it really is. It's too important of a game to risk it trying to put somebody in like Josh Cribbs. That it's very talented all around, and although I did hear he was questionable this week, I guess there's a little bit of a groin injury. I would probably guess that he's still going to play, but nonetheless, it'd be important to have him play. But it's just punting's too important. I mean, basically end of story. We need someone who really does that job. So unless Josh Cribbs shows that every single day, that he's the most incredible punter in the league, it's really not worth it. He's too valuable otherwise to the offense to kind of distract him away from that to focus on punting. Even if he could become the next great punter in the NFL, it's really rather have him on offense and special teams. All right, got a shout out to my boy Brandon, Explicit Stealth, for being our latest YouTube subscriber. If you want to be a YouTube subscriber of your own, go ahead to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always post them on YouTube on the comments section, or you can email us at brownslab@yahoo.com. So brownslab@yahoo.com if you have any questions. So so long from this episode of Browns Lab. Hey, I'm gonna represent here. I'm all dressed up for the Browns' first win. Pretty excited about that. And so from Aaron and Peanut here, and of course Asher, our special guest that we had on earlier, we go Browns for next week.